I wasn't going to do a video today, people, but there's been another massacre in Gaza. Another one. On people, hungry, starving people, waiting for flour. At least 77 people, according to the reports on Al Jazeera and the information I'm getting, were massacred by tanks and snipers that opened up on lines of hungry, starving people waiting for flour from aid trucks that actually had the very few that had got in there. They're calling it the Flour Massacre. At least 77 people. If you are standing by, if you are supporting this, if you have done everything you can to get to this point and it's allowed this, if you have vetoed any chances of a ceasefire in the United Nations, if you've abstained while it all went on, if you've given them support and intelligence and military intelligence, your military might and your weapons and drones, if you are doing this, you are supporting it. This massacre is on you. If you are a journalist who is not telling the truth about this, but you're echoing any claims that Israel say, no matter how outlandish and no matter how lacking in evidence it is, even right up to the President of the United States, 40 beheaded babies lie that started out like this. If you're carrying on echoing their claims without doing any due diligence whatsoever, then this is on you. It's your fault that this is happening. You are going to be thought of in future as alongside the worst people in history. Do you get that? It's not just your jobs that are going to be on the line, it's your family name. You're going to be thought of as alongside the worst people in history. 77 minimum people that have been killed so far, hundreds injured, tanks and snipers opened up on a crowd of people waiting for flour who are starving to death in a genocide. Ceasefire now, you bastards! And if you don't tell the truth about this, every single one of their lives that are lost in Palestine are on you. How you can sleep at night is beyond me. Do you get me?
Hey, this is the Black Inquisitor, y'all. Here at it again. I'd like to talk about this Edomite trying to persuade his own people to stop the genocide that's happening in Gaza. And with this most recent event of Israelis attacking hungry civilians, just trying to get flour. He's urging his people who support these atrocities to stop, because if they don't, then they will be written in the history books as, quote, the worst people in history. The Bible already says that the history books will regard these people as the absolute worst people in history. History books will be filled with pages of how terrible these Edomites have been. So much so that in the future, people will gawk at these same Edomites in unbelief and wonder how is it these destroyed people could cause so much havoc. Let me prove it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14:12-17, boldly reads, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north."
Lucifer means light bearer in the Hebrew. It's a title given to those in rulership. Christians incorrectly think this is the name of Satan, but it's not referring to him. Let's keep reading to further prove this. Remember, we are talking about what the history books will say about Esau, Edom.
Verse 14, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit."
This is the Most High saying he's going to utterly destroy Esau and bring him down into captivity. In case you didn't know, hell is captivity according to Isaiah chapter 5, verses 13 and 14.
Verse 16, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?"
You catch that? They asked, "Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?" Lucifer is a man, not Satan, who is an angel. As I mentioned before, Lucifer is a title that belongs to men in rulership. Right now, that man is Esau, Edom.
Verse 17, "That made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners."
We need to read that again because the people are asking a question which I'm sure most of you aren't catching.
Isaiah chapter 14 verses 16 and 17 reads, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?"
The people are asking a question based on history, meaning the history books are saying this. Let's read from the NLT version so you can fully grasp what is being asked here.
Isaiah chapter 14 verses 16 and 17 from the NLT reads, "Everyone there will stare at you and ask, Can this be the one who shook the earth and made the kingdoms of the world tremble? Is this the one who destroyed the world and made it into a wasteland? Is this the king who demolished the world's greatest cities and had no mercy on his prisoners?"
Let's read from the ESV translation. I still don't think you guys get it.
Isaiah chapter 14 verses 16 and 17 from the ESV reads, "Those who see you will stare at you and ponder over you. Is this the man who made the earth tremble, who shook kingdoms, who made the world like a desert and overthrew its cities, who did not let his prisoners go home?"
The history books will be saying these same people caused havoc all throughout the earth, destroyed entire kingdoms, and made the entire planet unbearable to live in. These same history books will talk about how Esau conquered and overthrew entire governments and imprisoned millions of people. History will not be kind to these people. So much so that people will literally want to question it, because the idea of what Esau does today is so heinous and evil that any person in their right mind would want to question it. Hell, we question it now even though we're seeing it with our own very eyes. All praises to the Most High. Stay blessed, Israel. Shalom.